Okay, let's unpack this. We're diving straight into a recent development, a significant prisoner exchange between Ukraine and Russia.
Right. And for this deep dive, our entire focus is, well, it's on an excerpt from just one source, an NPR article. It's dated May 23rd, 2025.
Exactly. So the mission here is really just to pull out the key facts and insights, specifically from this single piece about this one event.
We're sticking just to what this report says.
Correct. Laser focused. So right off the bat, the article, it pins the date, May 23rd, 2025.
Yep, got it.
And it calls it significant. That word alone kind of signals, maybe something about the scale or importance here.
And when you look at the numbers they report, you can kind of see why they might use significant. According to this NPR piece, Ukraine returned 75 prisoners of war.
75 from Ukraine's side.
Okay.
And the article then says, in return, Russia released 95 individuals.
95, yes. Now, here's a really crucial detail that the article points out. It explicitly states those 95 people released by Russia, well, they included both soldiers and civilians.
Ah, okay. So not just combatants then.
Exactly.
That's a specific detail the article makes sure to highlight. It tells us, according to this report, this wasn't purely military for military.
Right. The inclusion of civilians is definitely noted in the piece.
It suggests the scope, at least as reported here by NPR, was, well, broader than just captured soldiers.
It really encompassed a wider group of people. The article makes sure you know that.
Got it. And location, did it mention that?
It did, yeah. It says it took place near the border in the Sumy region.
Sumy region. Okay. So we have the date, the place, the specific numbers, 75 from Ukraine, 95 from Russia, and that mix of soldiers and civilians released by Russia.
And there's another angle the article brings in. It's about how officials viewed it, or at least how the article presents their view.
Oh, okay.
The piece mentions this was seen as a, quote, humanitarian gesture.
A humanitarian gesture. Interesting. And does it say why?
Yeah, it directly connects it to bringing relief to families.
Okay, that's where the article's framing gets really interesting, doesn't it?
It does.
In the middle of everything else happening, this source points specifically to the human element, the stated humanitarian reason behind this particular action.
Yes, exactly. The article doesn't just give you the numbers, the transaction. It provides the stated purpose and the human impact, from the perspective it captured. Highlighting family relief really underscores the real-world meaning behind those figures, according to the report.
Absolutely. So based only on this NPR article, let's recap the core facts.
Okay.
We have this specific event, May 23rd, 2025, described as significant, happened near Sumy.
Right. And the numbers, 75 POWs returned by Ukraine.
And 95 individuals, crucially including both soldiers and civilians, released by Russia.
And importantly, the article reports it being framed as a humanitarian gesture, something that brought relief to families.
So these aren't just scats, they represent actual people, and the article explicitly connects their release to that human impact. Understanding these specific details, just as reported in this single article, gives you a very focused snapshot.
Yeah, it's a snapshot of this one event based purely on this source.
Exactly. It helps understand a particular moment, its reported characteristics, based solely on what this NPR piece chose to highlight. Which kind of leads to a final thought for you, the listener, to consider. Looking only at the details provided in this one article, what might the fact that this specific exchange happened on this date with these numbers, and especially the reported inclusion of civilians, what might that suggest about the dynamics or maybe the potential for interaction, however limited, in the conflict at that exact moment?
Yeah, based solely on what this report highlighted.
Just something to mull over as you process this information.